What's up, guys? We back. 3J Sports. Jeremy, John,
What up?
and
What up?
myself, Jared. What's up, guys?
What up? What up?
What up?
How y'all feeling?
Feeling ready for the season? Week one tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's go.
Season did feel good, didn't it? Wasn't expecting it. What was our good old fashioned predictions? I can't remember them. But before we get started, let me go ahead and with you can catch this episode on Spotify or YouTube. Like and subscribe if you can. We'd appreciate it. We'll jump into the off season. A little bit of remembering the season first before we jump in there. But Jeremy, start us off with the good old fashioned predictions, all that good stuff, how we felt and how the season went.
I'm pretty sure I said 17-0. Let's see. No, I think we all. I mean, we were all thinking. Remember what we said? I think John said one win, right, John? You said one win, maybe two.
I think John may have had the most conservative.
No, I'm joking. Like
No,
I think we all thought possible first
under
round.
500. I think just one game under 500. I think what I did.
Yeah.
That was bull.
Yeah.
But none of us what we did.
No,
Sure.
none of us could have predicted that. I mean, we knew we had something in D'Amico, and we were pretty sure we had something in Stroud, but and it's a 180 from the year before.
Yeah, dude. What did he throw for? 4,000 yards. How many touchdowns? 30 something.
It was 20 something, but he missed two games?
Yeah.
I think it was like
So
25.
yeah, but just I mean, what? How many throws did he go without throwing a pick? I mean, just craziness like that. Like that's something you just don't see. We might never see that again, honestly.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
It was a great year. Yeah. What did he do? He threw 4,100, 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. It's a great year.
Which is crazy. 5 picks for a rookie. I mean, Peyton Manning
How many
threw
happened
about
that game?
300.
Well, he had one game that he had at least like 2 or 3 in one game, right?
2 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just
So you
I don't
take
know.
2 away or whatever,
Yeah, his ball placement
yeah.
is just his ball placement's elite. I mean, it's just going to go up from there. So I really don't see a sophomore slump.
Not at all. I mean, guys, let's go ahead and give it. John, you wanted to jump into it. We'll shoot to this real quick with CJ being on our team, the season doing what it did. Lovie Smith, how it contributed. John, go ahead and take that.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're on the other show that we checked out as a guest. You did a good job representing H-Town for show. But one of the questions was that, you gave love to Lovie Smith, and those are Bears fans. They kind of reciprocated, the Lovie Smith love. But no, we were talking about the last game and how, we won the game. And as a Texans fan, I was literally just like everything always goes against us. So winning a game is going to go against us. It's just kind of how it always falls. But at the same time, it's you can't not go for it. They act like these players aren't playing for contracts, So they want to win the game. They want to perform their best, and we won the game. So thank you, Lovie Smith. And
Who's the Panthers owner? What's that guy's name? We need to thank that guy too, right?
Tepper, whatever. Yeah. He's like, you get me, Bryce Young.
Yeah.
To me, I was almost. I accepted it because I was like, for once, we're not going to have the choice. We're going to take the second out of the 2, so it's out of our hands, so we can't fuck it up now. Or freak it up. My bad.
That was nice. Yeah. Appreciate you, Lovey. That's always nice, man.
Yeah, when we get our championship, when we get our Super Bowl, we're going to send him a ring.
There you go.
Lovey gets a ring.
I mean, seriously, that one win. I mean, look at what it could be doing for us for the next, decade. It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
And then the two picks that we ended up making, after the fact, just getting Will
Yeah, I
Anderson.
mean,
When did we get Tank? Did we get Tank right after that? What round did we get Tank?
second round, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, look at that, man. Good Lord.
Because CJ said, "Go get him. Go get that man." And Tank said, "Come get me." It worked out.
And let's just jump to that. I mean, look at our receiving core that was getting laughed at, at the beginning of the year. And then now we're looking at the end of the year. And Nico had 1,200 yards receiving. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, this dude tore it up.
Yep.
And then Tank. But how'd you feel about that Tank Dell draft pick, Jeremy?
Man, I remember on draft night, I sent you all the highlights, and I was just so excited about because, I mean, I watched a few U of H games, and obviously he jumped out. But his route running, and then just Stroud so precise. So it's a match made in heaven. I mean, we have our two. Any way you cut it, he might end up being our one in a couple of years. I mean, I think Nico is going to keep moving up, but we have two potential ones. I mean, that's great. Like the NFL is different. You have guys like Tyreek Hill, which obviously he's not built like him, but size wise, you don't need Calvin Johnson's out there all the time. So I love it. I love the pick.
Yeah, Tank would have been 1,000-yard receiver if he wouldn't have got hurt. No doubt in my mind there. He was at 709 before he got injured. At 11 games. So that's how many games he was out, That's crazy.
Yeah, that hurt, man, when he went out, which I'm sure it hurt him too, broken leg like that. But maybe not put him on the goal line. I don't know, in the future. I don't mean to question D'Amico, but maybe not put him on the goal line again.
I mean, that's huge, though, looking at the stats and receiving. What do you think about us re-signing Schultz, John? How you feeling about that, bro?
I mean, I don't know the numbers or the you go Jeremy on that one, so haven't followed up on this. But
he's third in receiving on the team. That's
good receiver.
That's pretty huge.
They had chemistry. They had chemistry for sure, and he made a few handful of great catches, whereas CJ was just putting it out there and could have been intercepted, and Schultz went and got it. So, I mean, that's up for the coaches. I don't know. I don't know enough about I would like to resign him. I don't know what he's demanding or what his contract was before, or if we have somebody else we can draft for cheaper and do the same kind of thing. I'd pass off to Jeremy on that one to evaluate what our situation is with Schultz.
Which I didn't look into it, but I wonder if Johnny Wilson would be willing to switch to tight end, man, because he's at 6 foot. I mean, that's just me being a Seminoles fan, of course, but
right,
in some way us getting him. But I mean, he's freaking 6'7", dude. That'd be crazy getting him. But I'm trying to look at he had a $9 million contract with us. I guess it was 1 year.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, Schultz would be great, but I'm just worried about somebody might come in and offer more than we want to. Ideally, you need that veteran though. Brevin Jordan, I wouldn't hate him getting a chance if Schultz does leave. Athletically, he's probably top 10% in the league, speed wise. So he just got to stay healthy. That's what he hasn't stayed healthy the whole. So it's I don't know. It either him or a rookie. It looks like it's a pretty good tight end class.
Looking at it now, we got $67 million in cap space. Is what we got to work with. So we got money to spend. That's for sure. Which switching to that, what you think about the possibility of us getting Saquon and how the odds look? Because it was Giants looking pretty good at plus 100 on the odds, and we were at 125 last time I checked. But it looks like we're probably gonna get them. Fingers crossed, of course. I don't want to jinx anything, but how you feel about us adding Saquon, Jeremy?
Man, I'm telling you, that's a McCaffrey-like signing. Like I know he's had injury issues and everything, but that was a horrible offensive line. The Giants, so he can catch the ball in the backfield. I just think he fits that San Francisco offense perfect. Our new Slowick, Houston offense now. But I think if we're willing to pay him, like he's coming. I think the reports apparently him and Stroud have been talking, but you never know what to believe. But it just seems like if we're willing to write the check, he's coming. Which, I mean, that adds another fold to our. Nothing against Singletary, nothing against Pierce, but that's just different. You know how receiving and running back. That's just that's going to help Stroud even more. And then
Yeah.
honestly, it would take the pressure off of having that tight end like Schultz.
Yeah.
So,
and I guess that, I mean, really, we just got to keep moving the ball around. I guess that's ultimately we got to make sure, because Singletary, he's going to be, it's either re-sign him or he's gone or we do the draft. But I mean, there's just, the more I looked at it, it's like, yeah, we could take a running back, but I mean, there's too much on the market. We got to either go Saquon, Jacobs. I'm cool with either one of them. I think Henry, I heard Henry might be going back to the Titans.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't even think Henry fits our offense.
No,
because I'm still a big Pierce fan. Like, I just know he for whatever reason, the new scheme that might not. I don't know how Florida ran theirs, but he's a North and South guy, so I don't know if the scheme was just. It was just he's not as patient, but I think he can bounce back. Henry just seems like a North and South type runner. So, like you said, Saquon or Jacobs, or I'm good with running back with Singletary, Pierce, and then just drafting somebody in the late round.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I was looking at the running backs. The only running back, well, it's just my bias with Benson, but I mean, he looked great running. I mean, the dude was he's 218, and he ran I think he pulled out a 4.5 or a 4.4. I mean, the dude was flying.
Yeah,
he's a great running back. But Irving, the one we were looking at for Oregon, that I kind of was like, okay, he's possibly Bucky Irving. He ran a high 4.5, 4.6, which is so surprising because these guys look lightning fast. They're all lightning fast. But you know what I mean? Seeing somebody at 218 and then the size of Irving and being a tenth of a second slower, kind of throws me off when I see that. It's like, man, that dude is hustling at 218. I'm trying to think of all the 40 times. Of course, what was the fella's name who ran the 4.21?
Oh, for Texas, Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, I got to watch him play. UT fan and U of H, those two teams, but UT is always on Longhorn Network, so I didn't catch as many games. But the few I saw, like he's a burner. I mean, also, what's he do? Adonis Mitchell, or however you say his first name, but
Adonai.
Yeah, he came from Georgia, right? He transferred from Georgia.
Yeah,
that guy's 6'2". I think he put up. They had some, metrics. 6'2", over 205. They ran a 4.3 under 4.35, which he ran a 4.35. It's just him and DK Metcalf in the past however many years had done that. So I mean, him and Worthy, but 4.21 is crazy. That's
nuts. I mean, from my understanding, I heard he cut weight to make sure he could break it. Like he was trying to get lean to be able to get the record. I don't know if that was just some BS I heard, but I did hear something like that because he did look pretty light out there. Let's get, he was pretty lean.
So he ran a 4.25 and he was like, "No, hold my beer, man. That's not good enough. Let me do this again."
Let me go.
And then he went the 4.21. So now he has minus Bo, minus the 4.19, but 4.21. He has the first and the fifth. John, I'm a big Bo Jackson fan. I'm just saying it wasn't laser timed, so we don't know. I'm sure he could run a 3.3. I don't know, but just for him to Worthy has the first and the fifth fastest time now. That's nuts.
Right.
He just made himself a lot of money. He's definitely a first round pick then.
All I would say is that I'm sure you wouldn't be repping it as hard if it wasn't a UT guy. It's kind of fair.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, a little bias. We got our teams. Let's get real.
But no,
I mean,
dude, I watched, Jeremy, did you see the video I sent you on an hour ago? It was his highlights.
Oh yeah.
It's like next Tiger Hill. Like, yeah, he's a burner.
Yeah, you're
He's like,
running
goes
4.21.
to
Good Lord.
0 to touchdown in like 10 seconds. Or like,
I mean, he's going to take the
6 seconds.
He's going to go in the first. How about that? What if he goes somewhere like Kansas City, guys?
He could. Yeah, that's what's scary is they got their team together. They can just pick who they want. But, I mean, of course, Andy Reid's going to do what he knows he needs to do, but not jumping on too far off subject. John, you dropped out for a second there. How do you feel about us possibly adding on Saquon or Jacobs, man?
I mean, I feel good about it. I mean, I think Singletary did very well, right? Like, he had good runs all year, some chunk plays. It wasn't great all the time, but I don't think it was his fault when it wasn't great. I think it was the scheme and the offensive line. But if they want to make a splash, like with Saquon, for sure, because he's just as good, if not better, than Singletary, probably. And the catching the ball out of the backfield, kind of just new dynamics. So I'm good with that. I'm spending some money in that area if you think it's going to be such an upgrade from Singletary, which I think Singletary did pretty good this year. Yeah.
I mean, he did. He's got great stats, man. I mean, he did ball for us. He had over 1,000 off purpose, but he had 898 on the rushing on 216. And that's what I was making a point on the other show, man. Like, he only had 60 more carries than Damian Pearson had, more than double the yards of rushing. That's just kind of like, what are we going to do with Damian, man? He had such a great year, and then it's, the NFL's crazy, man. You got to bring it every year, and anything, you never know what's going on with these guys. The smallest thing can throw your game off and not have a great year. But what do you think, Jeremy? You think he might be able to turn it on for us, or you think it's definitely we got to bring in a running back, and that's the answer?
Yeah, I mean, I think this offseason, obviously, our scheme is definitely built on timing and patience. So, that first year with Pierce, it was just like, hey, here's the ball, just run. We'll see. I think he's talented enough to rebound for sure. But if he doesn't get this scheme, then I think you need to do him a favor and, let him go to a team where he can play, because he is talented. He just might not be the right fit for us anymore. And John, to your point, Singletary did a great job. Like, I have no problem going in as him being the starter. If we don't do Saquon or Jacobs, I would no problem with Singletary. So we'll see.
Yeah, he did great for us, man. His stats don't look bad at all. I mean, just think of all the plays. He was just contributing, man. Baller. Well, let's switch to the defensive side. Unless there's anything else y'all wanted to add on offense. Y'all think we need to do offensive line guys, or we got faith in Tunzel to hold it down and mentor these fellas in our rookie to turn it back on, even though he had a little off year?
It's a scheme offense to me, so I think it's just find the right blockers to do the scheme and also be good. Like, obviously, it'd be awesome to draft the best offensive linemen in the nation and them also be good at your scheme. So I'm not worried about it. We did pretty good. We had some bad points this year, but overall we had it. PJ had a little time to throw, so I'm good with it.
Yeah, I think it was Greenard. He was our rook that didn't. Was it Greenard? No, it wasn't him. The offensive lineman. But yeah, Tunzel, get these guys motivated, man. Get these guys blocking right, dude, and get the running back in there. We'll get some yards in there. But
because I will say that, let me just say one more thing on the Singletary point. There's a lot of runs where he got tackled for a loss, where it was like he had nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just blew up the scheme. He was getting, which is true for every running back, but still,
Well, let's switch to the defense. Jay, what you think on defense, man? Or did he hop out for a second? I know we got to fill some places on corners because we might have some guys going free agents. Of course, we were talking about King dipping out, Nelson dipping out. You think we should draft a corner, John? Who do you think we should draft, dude? As far as positional, not necessarily exactly, a particular person in the draft, but what position do you think on defense? Do you think defense first, offense, or?
I mean, my immediate first pick would be, if it's available or whatever, and I don't know, would be offensive line. I know I just said it's not that big of a deal, but I don't know the ins and outs, who's on contracts enough to be like, oh, we're going to lose this guy for sure, so we need to look at this position, right? But I think that Miko does such a good job of just filling people in and motivating to play at that level. So who knows? I don't know. Like you said, I trust him to Miko. We're gonna make the right picks. Yeah.
In D'Amico we trust for sure.
Yeah. So I can speculate all day long what I think we should do, but
what you thinking, Jay? I was just asking if he thinks we should get an offensive guy on the draft or go defense.
Man, I think first and foremost, if we don't re-sign Grenard, you got to go the best edge rusher. We have to get more pressure on the quarterback. I mean, it doesn't matter how good Stingley is or how good a next corner is. You can't give him that much time. We know Will Anderson's going to be a dog. He's already showing that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got DT, you got DN. It depends on what they do with Rankins. I think offensively,
Rankins is who we got to re-sign. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean DT or D end or corner. I mean, for me personally, as long as we have Stroud, our offense is going to be okay. It's going to be more than okay. But defense, we definitely, if there's like a top corner, I don't know, corners, the safeties you can get late around because I don't think Ward is. I mean, I don't know. That was more of a mentor signing to learn that defense, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But offensive line, maybe next year. But I think they put too much money and draft picks into this line. They're going to give it a try for another year. And Kenyon Green, if you're listening, I know you probably aren't listening yet. We haven't gotten big, but we will. Go back to this one. Man, you got that in you. Come on, man. First round pick. You got this.
That's it, dude. You got it.
Be a dog.
Be a dog, man.
Be a dog. Don't let these tears fool you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you this real quick. Funny story I thought about this year. Kind of off subject was when Tunsil got hurt on the extra point. When he was like, "Oh, he just made the great block."
Oh yeah. I do. I remember that.
And then he took the extra point, got rolled up on, and he was down. And it's just like, are you kidding me? It's like week 17, like we're going into, looking good. And it's one of those moments. But anyways, when they showed him get up and walking off the field, this guy looked like, how tall is Tunsil?
It's a 6'5". He's a big guy.
Huge guy, shaved head, gold earring over here, walking off. And I was like, man, he's a G, like seriously, he just seems like he's.
Y'all remember when he got drafted, right? Y'all remember all that?
I don't.
No,
you remember?
He's 6'5", 313.
Okay, so when he got drafted, I can't remember what year it was. There was talks about him following the draft more. The night before the draft is when that video came out with him in the gas mask smoking herb.
Oh yeah,
y'all remember that?
Oh,
that was Tunsil. That was Tunsil. So in fact, he is a G.
Where'd he go? The ball?
Huh?
Where did he play ball at?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ole Miss,
and then he went to Miami, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But yeah, that gas mask video came out and him smoking down, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I mean, I think we've come far enough now to remember Randy Moss. I still haven't forgiven the freaking because it was before we had the Texans, so I was still following the Titans and McNair and Eddie George and followed them, and they could have had Randy Moss, but they were like, oh, he smoked. We can't draft him. Let's get Kevin Dyson.
Yeah.
1 yard short. 1 yard short.
Well, Randy Moss actually, if you look it up, he had a scholarship to Florida, UF, and he got kicked out because I think he stole computers or something. That's why he ended up going to Marshall, because he had too much scholarship.
Jacking computers. You think
swear,
somebody's
yeah,
been like, "Mate, don't worry, you're gonna. I'll get you a computer, man." Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody else is getting paid.
All I know is I can listen to Randy Moss and Jason Williams talk all day.
Oh,
They
for
got
sure.
that West Virginia accent.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Guys, y'all want to add anything else on defense, or y'all think it's just going to come down to more protecting CJ and then adding in just a re-signings more on defense, concentrating more on offense to get in big name like a Saquon? What y'all think on that? Y'all think that's a pretty wrapped up, or y'all? What you got, John?
So I think defense, that, man, just I said this before, the way they performed was awesome. Yeah, they had a few blown coverages and long scores, but I think overall defense improved dramatically. Tackling in my opinion was the biggest difference.
Swarm.
So, yeah, literally, like me and Jeremy went to the game, and that's literally their this whole year's like swarm, and we thought it was kind of cheesy, but because there was like nobody in the stadium, so it's kind of embarrassing. But no,
it's cool when D'Amico says it. It's cool.
Yeah, right. That's his thing.
Exactly.
Defense, I think you can fill in some spots. I feel really good about it, and Jeremy's talking about edge rushers and everything, but yeah, I think overall, I'm excited about they're going to make the right things work and put the best team on the field. To be honest, character-wise, ability-wise, knowledge-wise, to make plays. So, and I've already seen that improvement in 1 year. It's like y'all said, 180 on the expectations and watchability.
100%.
Yeah,
definitely. Jimmy, you got anything to add, man?
Man, just honestly, D'Amico's gonna meet these guys and know if they're gonna fit the squad. So whatever he feels, needs to go first. I really think him and Casario have like a really good relationship, it seems like. So I think that they're going to be, on the right side of each other, not conflicting, and they're going to get the best available guy, obviously. But, we have a few needs. But really, we're going to see what happens. What free agency starts in a week, something like that.
Something like that. I think you're right.
So Rankins, Grenard, people want to play for us, though. We have a D'Amico, defensive coach. Defensive guys want to play for us. What is everybody looking at? Who has a young, up-and-coming quarterback? Who's the next thing? Well, I'm pretty sure Stroud proved that. So, plus, the state tax isn't a bad thing if you want to save on that contract. So, everybody come on down to H-Town.
Well, then wrap it up with the roster, I guess you could say, and all that. Let's dive into our division next year, boys. We got a lot of teams coming back healthy, obviously. But, John, what do you think, man? You think we taking this division, or who you think is going to be our biggest competition?
Yeah, I think that's our division to win for sure. I think we are the best team. If we can just capitalize, be as good, if not better, obviously be better. Who knows? Jacksonville plays good sometimes, and
they were wishy-washy. They kind of they were good 1 week, bad. They went 8-3 to start, but give or take, but then they just fell off. Was it just the injuries?
Yeah, I remember watching the Houston Jacksonville at Houston whenever we missed the field goal to tie it. He hit off the upright or off the crossbar, And after, I remember, true as today, I remember watching the NFL that evening, and they had just won like 5 in a row. And there was talk about Jacksonville being like, are they Super Bowl contenders? And they lost like 5 games in a row after that. So, That's a tough stretch. Tennessee, I don't know. I mean, I just think we're the favorite. I mean, any way you want to break it down, yeah.
What you think, Jeremy?
The best team in the division for sure.
So, little known fact. I don't know if y'all know about this. King, you said they went 8-3, right? Jacksonville started off out the gate.
Right.
So, I heard this report. I don't know if it's true. I think it is. So after that 11th game, rumor is Trevor Lawrence couldn't find his favorite scrunchie, and that was it, man. He dialed it in. I don't know, but no. On a serious note, I don't think Jacksonville's it. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is that guy. Their defense keeps them in games. I think the Colts, honestly, look. So Richardson, he might not be a Stroud type quarterback, but he's a dual threat. Look what they did with Minshew. Their coaching's better. Obviously, I think we got it, but I'd say it's us and the Colts. And then Will Levis, we'll see. I mean, was he put mayo in his coffee? I don't know if I can trust that. So at least Miracle Whip, but Team Miracle Whip. But
Levis had one or two good games, but he was all right. I'm not sure about the Titans being much of a threat, but you never know. I mean, any year somebody can just turn it on. I mean, you never know. But I don't know, Jags. I'm not feeling. If Lawrence is on, like we were saying, man, they were hot out the gate. But maybe if we can keep the scrunch away from him, we'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm not saying I have it, but I'm not saying I don't have it.
I agree, because I was talking on the other show and they were making the point of, having Minshew and going as far as the Colts did. I mean, it all came down to the wire. Let's get real last year, and we just ended up getting on the best deal on that end. But just kind of nuts with them having Minshew and going that far. Do you think Richardson is going to be able to even last? I mean, with the concussions already happening and his kind of running style, I guess, or no protection. I'm not sure which one it was, but what do you think about
that? Personally, I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I think, I'm not saying he's Cam Newton, but he could give you that type of, goal line touchdowns, running. I mean, he's athletic as hell. I really think that he's going to end up being the second best quarterback in our division. So we'll see. I mean, obviously if you can't stay healthy, that's one thing. But isn't it crazy? Like it doesn't matter how you're built. It doesn't matter. You could be, Stetch and Stone, like 6'5", 240, runs a 4.4 or whatever. But how you hit, how you get hit, that's everything. So we'll see.
What you think, John? Richardson? That's probably the target that we need to keep our eye on most of all.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that CJ Stroud is just like on such a whole other level that I'm like, maybe go towards improving defense, because like our offense can't be messed with. Like we're like, talking about Trevor Lawrence and put like, not to be dumb, but CJ Stroud put them all to shame last year. Like, wasn't even close. Like, he's the guy. So, like, yes, Richardson, could he perform? We'll see,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a question mark for all those players. I mean, Trevor Lawrence looked like dog crap that last game. And if he was injured, then, okay, I give it to them. But it's like, if he was injured enough to throw those last, like, third and fourth down balls, like, not even on target, like, put the backup in. So who knows? But we got we got Stroud. So
we win. Y'all lose.
That's the truth. Well, I know one thing that will give us the upper hand against all the teams, and that was our first offseason win with keeping Slowick on the team.
Yeah,
we wanted him to do good, but yeah, we can't miss that point of speaking of how awesome that he is to our team and how glad we are him being back.
Well, here's the thing too, Jared, real quick.
That
wasn't mentioned when you were on your buddy's show. It wasn't just that he didn't accept offers. We offered him more money We offered a new contract.
Okay.
So it's not like he just stayed on the team, decided to stay with us. As far as loyalty, we did, right, Jeremy? Up his
We were
contract.
Yeah, we wanted him. So
Yeah,
we
but, I mean, if he would have been head coach somewhere, he still would have made more. But they did give him a
No, for
raise.
sure.
I just think that it wasn't the right fit. And I think if you're an offensive coordinator, why would you want to leave Stroud right now? Like the offers are still going to be there. I'm sure if we have another great year like we're going to, he is gone for sure. But then maybe Gerard Johnson, whatever, moves up and takes over. Who knows? But still, like you said, King, big signing. That was I thought he was gone.
I remember
personally.
how nervous all of us were. We were like, we don't want him to leave, man. Like, please don't. You know, he's just the team's so good together. We don't want him to go nowhere, man. Shoot, get
But I thought it
Saquon
was so
in there.
crazy. I thought it was so crazy too that like this is how like crazy the NFL is, right? Where it's like this one guy, he has CJ Stroud for 1 year, and it's not like he hasn't like proved himself offensively before that. But his first year, I mean, last year he was the quarterback's coach. So a first year offensive coordinator is now, after one season, in the talks of being a head coach. I'm like,
Yeah.
that seems a little too far to jump. So I'm glad it worked out the way it did, because you have dumb teams out there like that might want to do that stretch,
Yeah,
Yep.
keeping him. Hey, maybe that was the keeping him was saying, hey, man, we're gonna get Saquon for you. Just stay with us, bro.
Right.
Will that keep you here?
Right.
Because I know that would keep me there as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dynamic.
I was trying to.
Yeah, and imagine just being the OC coaching Stroud this year. Like how good he is. Like everything's working. Jeez. It's like all my calls are going good.
Well, I'm sure he didn't plan on opening the whole offense. He had the playbook, and he's like, hell, never mind. I can just open the whole thing up because he's got it. You don't have to make vanilla plays. So
right.
Yeah, I mean, why next year maybe another job opens up that Slovak's can't resist, but for a rookie or a second year quarterback, that's your best friend, your old coordinator. Like D'Amico and him, they have a great bond. You can tell. Like after the win, remember he was outside the locker room and they hugged and all that. Like that's not fake. They have a great communication and respect for each other. But the old coordinator is who's in your ear. While D'Amico's over here doing here, you have Slowick right there. So yeah, that's a big win. Like you said, for the offseason, we're already up.
For
yeah,
sure.
That's nice. And I guess you can't miss talking about Andre Johnson. Since we've talked, Andre got in the hollow. That was the most. That was crocodile tears right there for me watching old Chris Carter, man. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Did y'all watch? I'm sure y'all watched the video, of course.
Oh yeah.
I've
had a tear in my left tear duct ever since that video. It just won't go away.
Man, his reaction was just amazing. And but the part where he was talking about how, I mean, you could see how humble he is, and he was talking about how he was around the greats, Jim Brown and all them guys, and how he was just looking around, and then now he's saying how he looked at them with awe, and then he's thinking, now I'm a part of that. I am that. Man, that was just like, oh my gosh.
I know.
You're making me cry over here, dude.
It couldn't happen to a better person. Like ever since he got drafted. I remember when we drafted him, I was so excited because I was like, we have somebody. I was like, now Carr is going to be good if he could just stay on his feet. But when Andre came and he just did everything right. And if you talk about no touchdowns, this and that, if you gave him, no offense to Marvin Harrison, great receiver, you give Reggie Wayne, whatever, you give him Peyton Manning for his whole career, crazy. Like we're talking with him with Moss and T.O. and everything else. So, but yeah, I'm so happy he got in. I had a bad feeling we were going to have to wait, so we didn't have to wait. Got our first Texan.
John, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
Your favorite memory of Andre Johnson?
I know mine.
I got two.
You only get one.
Wait,
You get one.
the overtime catch, take it to the screen pass, the wide receiver screen that he took down the sideline in overtime to win the game.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And then
That
number
was
2,
amazing.
him.
Bro.
Jeremy, would that match yours? I had a feeling that would.
Oh, that was it. That was he was about to catch a case on a ginger. That was crazy.
He tore it up. They were showing it all day today. I saw it.
I'm just saying, Finnegan, if anybody deserved to get their whooped, is that guy. He always was running his mouth.
You watch those NFL films. You watch the NFL films where he's just like constant. It's like not even against Andre Johnson. Like they have mic'd up on it, and he's just like that guy.
Dude,
and eventually, it wasn't all talk, and it came down to.
If you piss off Dre never gets pissed off. Like, and let's just say this: if y'all saw Andre Johnson walking in the street, say he was going into Chili's, right, and you're that's not a guy you pick a fight with. That's not a guy you pick a fight with. And
not Andre. Good Lord.
Not Andre, man. Not Andre. Like maybe go check Wes Welker or something, but not Andre.
Yeah, I might have to agree with Jeremy and you, John. The Finnegan beatdown was great. But man, that freaking run down the sideline was so clutch and beautiful, which kind of just made me think of what was it? Jordan this year taking that ball down the sideline.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Tight end snagged it, ran that sucker down the sideline. Better feed him the ball.
Burners.
Oh man.
No one knew he was that fast. Nobody knew he was
They're
that
all like,
fast.
woo, let's go.
He made that cut on the guy, and I was like, there's no way. And he just burned them all after that cut. I'm like, okay. Who's this guy? This should be an all year. Injured.
Well, switch it up towards just mix it up here a second. A little bit talk around the league. Two things. We'll start with Russell Wilson being released by the Broncos.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, boy.
82 million?
80-something million.
The highest dead cap space ever. No one's ever carried that much dead cap.
Man, I can't believe – I don't know if it's the team or him. I guess it's him.
I don't know. I bet you go somewhere and balls out.
I kind of hope.
I mean, there's that whole thing with like Sean Payton's I just don't understand how Russell Wilson can play that bad. It's supposed to be like a perfect Sean Payton, Russell Wilson quarterback mentor, and they just played horrible. So it's got to be one of them or both.
I think Sean Payton's overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
Me too.
You showed right now. I don't like Sean Payton. Ever since he ran his mouth about the Jets quarterback, offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Because he was the head coach at the Broncos when he did that whole deal, and it was on Hard Knocks and talking all about it. It was like, oh, man, that's when I heard about it first. I was like, that's wrong right there. You don't do that, man. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was a lot of money left out there. $80 million. Golly. I mean, he can just retire if he wants. He's all good.
Yeah. I mean, he's already with Ciara, right? So he's good.
He's got a wife. He got money. He's played a good career.
Dude,
baseball.
They should have a ring, honestly. Just give the ball to Marshawn.
I mean, shoot, he got the Super Bowl early in his career.
Yeah. Should get another one.
Russ was so dang good, man.
He's like he was so elusive, not his running the ball, but just slippery. He always got a clear path to a throw. You know, you see that a little bit in Stroud, you know, just making the right moves to get away, to get the lane. Now I think Russell, I've never been a giant Russell Wilson fan, but I've always respected him. But I would be surprised if he doesn't do something next year. Think about like the Steelers or the Raiders or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, they could use, and he can take a smaller contract because, like, I mean, he's got a Brinks truck pulling up to his house every day now.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. $80 million. Sign me up. I want that kind of deal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how much does how bad does somebody not fit what you have of your squad for you just to be like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut you for $80 million? Like, there had to be something. Maybe it was personality wise. I mean, yeah, he didn't perform, but it's got to be more than that because that's going to change their free agency, off seasons, everything for years.
What was his what was the whole deal? He did his warm-ups or something about his pregame or his interviews that everybody was making fun of him.
Man, I know you're talking about. I can't remember exactly.
Ugh.
Everybody, he got clowned on the past 2 years. He got clowned on so much. He was like so respected, and then he went to Denver, and it was just
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
something.
Well, Russ, good luck, man. We'll see what happens with them. Not to add on to more tears, but Jason Kelsey's retirement today. Did y'all hear his retirement speech?
Yeah, man, that was
It's pretty
you
good.
can tell he loves the game. He definitely loves the game, man. Like, I was thinking about it too, hearing his retirement speech because I listened to him in New Heights. I listened to him in Travis's podcast. So I didn't really know too much about Jason, besides, he was a really good center, but
Yeah.
he's like a good dude. He really does. So it was, you could tell that it was heartfelt. It wasn't just for the cameras type thing.
Well, they had the Amazon. I didn't watch it. I'm not even sure what it's called. Maybe it's Kelsey is what it's called. I'm not really sure, but the whole wrap up of what was going to be his final season. But I heard my mom told me that was great. I need to watch it sometime. But yeah, he does seem like a good dude, especially on that podcast with his brother and all that. And, his brother being a knucklehead, but they, hey man, growing up and seeing how they grew up,
Oh yeah,
it seemed pretty awesome. They only had each other and they balled. And I mean, think about that. That's a great freaking story. Both Super Bowl winners and all that. So,
and they're both gonna be Hall of Famers.
Tears.
I mean,
I didn't already next on this episode.
Will that be the first brother fame? Or, I mean, Eli's not in yet, right?
Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
not yet. He'll be soon, I'm assuming.
but I'm saying that the Kelsey brothers. No, the Kelsey brothers are Hall of Famers, John.
Yeah, for sure.
They're first. They're first ballot.
No, I know.
So I know Taylor Swift and all that. You're still a little salty about that.
I'm saying you said will they be the first?
No, I
Eli
know.
So Eli, I guess they hadn't got it yet. So Eli and Peyton would be the first.
But I mean,
so
how come Eli hadn't got in yet?
What's that?
Like, how many years has Eli been on the ballot? Has he been close? I hadn't been following it all.
I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I hadn't been following enough to care about the Eli getting in.
Yeah.
Hey, he beat Brady.
Yep.
He beat Brady.
Why are you bringing up Taylor Swift?
I was trying to get a rise out of you.
Well, you
get
did.
A rise. Well, let's not end on T Swift. Let's end on what y'all think about the uniforms we might be bringing to the combine. What y'all think?
I hope they're sick because I've been waiting to get a Stroud jersey. So I hope they're sick.
The NFL draft. I apologize, not the combine. The draft. Draft night.
I kind of feel bad because you just order your jersey, Jared. NBA.
Oh, it's all good. That classic will just
throwback
hang around. I can bust it
joking.
up.
I don't know. I mean, like when your boy said when you were on their podcast, like they liked it, like he's like, I love Texas uniforms. Like they're clean to me. I don't have anything I would change. I mean, I'm cool with all the red helmet. I just don't know what they're going to change about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
it's
they're just going to change kind of like the pop
like
to
a collar
the blue
change or something. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're going to make the helmets have a little bit more shine to them, or who knows. I think red.
What do you think?
I think the red's going to stay. I think the red. I think that red is going to stay for sure. The red helmet for sure, but I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to change the blue up. I know they can't go. It's not going to go to Oilers or anything like that, but I think they're going to. I have a feeling they're going to do something because they're not changing the logo. The red is a giant hit. So I mean, unless you add just like some whatever, silver or black, or I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to do because it's not a full overhaul, but maybe they're just going to add a few different jerseys.
I wonder if they'll put any of the sky blue anywhere.
Okay, can I say this?
Or the oil? What's the blue considered?
It's the Houston blue. H-Town blue is it's that same blue that do you remember the thing was last year the Rockets had them? It was like that kind of like a brighter blue. Yeah.
I think they said it might be trimming
Columbia
with that is all. Columbia.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pumped about it.
I think that maybe they hear me out. They're going to make a change because we've been so bad. That's kind of like the Astros rebranding to get sales on merchandise.
Yeah.
And now I think maybe since we're good now, they're like maybe they're slow their roll and just like do a subtle difference instead of like, oh, we're going to do a uniform change to boost like hype, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pumped
I mean,
about
like,
it.
maybe
We'll see what happens.
this good this year, so.
Yeah, I'm glad they're keeping the logo though. I'm glad they're not messing with the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, logos. I like our logo, man. It looks good, but them red uniforms look sick. I'm assuming they're gonna just mess with the trimming of the shoulders and then maybe the sides. I don't know if they're gonna add more color to it, change, but
yeah, I'm cool with like
design,
like stuff like that. I'm totally cool with that.
That would be crazy if they we come out with some black and or something like that. I'll be like, what is going on, man? Because I don't mind our red, white, and blue, but it'd be nuts seeing that.
Yeah, I think there's going to be, I don't know, something like that. Maybe just a couple alternative jerseys. Maybe not change too much besides, a little outline. But who knows, man? They could come out. We could come out some pinstripes. Who knows?
Well, shoot. Guys, y'all got anything else to add? Anything on the jerseys, the season, the team? I guess we'll say just looking forward to the NFL draft, I'd say, right?
Yeah.
Looking forward to the draft, new jerseys. Well, guys, I guess that's a wrap here at 3J Sports. Like we said, man, check us out on YouTube, Spotify. Jonathan, Jeremy, appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you next time.
All right, brother. Adios.